This is Professor Geisler at Sumner River College, and this is your short video lecture about Section 1.2, the TestOut Lab Simulator for CISN 301 using the Client Pro environment by TestOut and CompTIA. And in this section, we're basically just going to talk about how to use the lab simulator, and you'll explore the lab interface really on your own. Not much I can help you with. They do a really good job with that. And you don't really need to set up a computer too much because you can do this all through the browser. Okay, so there's no need for you to install anything special on your computer. Um, that's all done again via the browser. No need to do anything else. Now, in this section, you are going to be faced with some terminology that you may or may not have previously encountered, and some mechanics for you to follow to make sure that you get the credit that you deserve. And so we'll talk about Hyper-V, the Score Lab button, and then the task summary that you'll encounter for each of the labs. So first, what's Hyper-V? Well, Hyper-V is a hypervisor which allows you to run virtual machines within a Windows local installation. Okay, so in addition to your host operating system, as we call it, you can run additional operating systems. And that's how the LabSim environment works. You are using a virtual machine, and it doesn't really matter where it's located, um, as long as it does what it's supposed to do. And typically, what a hypervisor, which is what Hyper-V does is it takes the hardware that you have and it allocates it as needed across various different operating systems that are residing on your same hardware. That means that you don't have to dual boot to get into different operating systems on your computer. You can actually run another operating system within an operating system. Okay, and that's what a level 2 hypervisor, which is what Hyper-V does. There are also what are called level 1 hypervisors, and those are also known as bare metal hypervisors in that they don't require a host operating system. Okay, Hyper-V does. So you do need to have Windows installed, and then within not all versions, but the Pro and Enterprise versions of Windows, you have Hyper-V, and you can run virtual machines within your Windows environment, and those could be Linux VMs, those could be Android VMs. We can't do Apple because Apple will only run on Apple hardware. And from a licensing perspective, there are such things as Hackintoshes, but we're going to try to stay legal here in this class. Um, but yeah, so that's what a hypervisor does and is, and you may well encounter a hypervisor in some form or another once you're on the job as well. Score Lab is the button that you need to press at the end of all components or tasks of your lab. Don't press it beforehand because if you don't complete all tasks, you're not going to get full credit when you press Score Lab. Okay, so just FYI, you are going to need to complete everything before you want to get that lap scored. And yes, sometimes you don't earn all points if you get something wrong along the way. And that's how it goes. Okay, we learn, we live, and we wait to score the lab until we've completed everything. And when you click Score Lab, then what you'll get is a task summary, and that will list both the successfully completed tasks as well as the ones on which you could have done better. Now, we're not going to do this in class per se because obviously this is an online class, but you need to do these two labs, 1.2.2 and 1.2.3, before the due date for the first chapter. Okay, and that is expected, and you are not going to be able to earn points after that due date. Okay, So make sure you complete everything prior to the due date to earn maximum points, and you'll be in good shape. Okay. So once again, what types of systems are you going to find in this course? Well, they're going to be virtual systems, and they're going to be Windows 10 and 11 based. Answer questions is what will is something that you will do within a lab. Okay, so while you're completing a lab, near the top right-hand corner will be a tab that will have you fill in answers based upon what you've learned. And then if you want to complete that simulation lab, make sure that you press that score button. And remember not to do it until you're all the way done. All right, so much for your short video lecture for uh, the last part here of the first chapter. There are, of course, 13 chapters and then 2 more for preparation for your exams. So you're going to encounter multiple videos across. Make sure you watch them as they help you learn. And of course, there's lots of other videos within the test out environment. All right, that's where you should go at this point. Take it from here and to do the learning independently. And of course, don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions.